things are all tied up here, Moonwave, just like a very excellent start to a finals of a round. It's the way it should be, but it's been only one player for Jin Air able to score points, not only today, but on Tuesday as well. It's Maru. If they defeat him, if he loses, I feel Jin Air will no longer have any legs to stand on. The player they're going to use to try to beat him here will be revealed right now. Dream or Dark, the most likely candidates.
I think personally it's going to have to be Dark. I think Dark has had success recently in not really televised matches, but qualifiers and whatnot. He's been doing very well for himself. He is a player better equipped for these bigger maps as well. You know, Cactus Valley, one of the bigger ones. He's got a great sort of macro style. He loves to go Corruptors in the matchup on occasion.
Now, keep in mind, and this is actually something that Valdez, who's talking to us in the break, said, is he said he thinks that the coaching staff for SKT would favor using Dark here just because that's what they do. We have seen Dark play in like every single Pro League playoff match that SKT's played in that I can think of. He's played in like almost every single one, and he's a good choice here.
He is a good choice. You know, recently going through that Star League qualifier, defeated 3 Terran to get into it, defeating Keen MMA Alive. Recently in the MSI Master Gaming Arena, defeated Cure 2-0, losing to his teammate Innovation. Pro League, the last game he played was against Bomber, defeating him as well. He's had a string of success against Terran recently.
Yeah, he beat Fantasy 2-0 just a few weeks ago as well at Shenzhen. So I look at this guy and I think he's the best pick for the map as well. Maru, not looking phased here, but again, everyone who's a Jin Air fan is stressed, not because they're worried for Maru, but if something goes wrong, if he dies to Nolan, or his macro slips, or he has a problem, if he's gone, Jin Air is gone. You can think of it as if SKT has 3 points right now, and if they beat Maru, they win the finals. You can basically think of it that way.
I think basically Maru has to get it down to 1 match left, and maybe they have a snipe ready for whichever player comes out that might defeat Maru. That's like their only shot, I think, or Maru just defeats everyone. Those are their 2 options.
That's the best option for
if he loses
Jin Air
right now, then essentially I think Jin Air might just lose the series.
All right. Votes are pouring in right now. Fans everywhere. Dark, a very popular, very well-liked player in the Korean scene. We're going to see if Maru can defeat him and continue his streak. Momentum is on his side right now. He's on a 6-game winning streak now, including his matches on Tuesday, plus the fact that he was able to defeat Sora on Thursday with a 3-1 score. Guys got to be feeling incredible. He is the king of Jin Air. He's the man they need, the one they're relying on. Will Dark be the one to take home the glory? Can he stop in his tracks? Or he's got a bit of a happy look on his face, as if he's very confident that he can, in fact, beat him here on our biggest map in the Pro League pool, Cactus Valley. Players are waiting in the lobby. It's time. Dark, Zerg versus Maru on a 2-game winning streak. Let's find out which team takes the lead. Down here in the bottom left, it's Dark for SKT. Their first Zerg, we see today, often uses Corruptors in the matchup.
Down here in the bottom right for Jin Air, once again, Maru. 2 more games for him, and he's brought this team another victory. Has to get at least 1 more there to give them a good shot.
I agree. Well, spawning locations, not bad for Maru. Horizontal spawns, you can pressure, constantly attack. So force Dark to take the 3rd base. It's to the north of his natural. 4th base, though, either going to be close to Maru or way far away, an almost unreasonable distance to the north, which will be the 3rd of the top base.
Yeah, far too exposed there. Most likely will be that close to 1 eventually, but you know, it's not a bad sort of 3-base lineup to get there for Dark to start things off. You know, you get those 3 bases. They're pretty comfortably defendable. But it's that fourth one that's always a problem with most of these maps. You know, there's never a convenient one except for maybe Deadwing. Then the Terran also has a pretty easy one to defend.
Yeah. Well, let's see how Maru wants to play this. On this map, as we pointed out many, many times before, there's a very tight choke point at the natural, and it makes defending all-ins pretty easy as long as you see it coming even a little bit. So I don't think Maru's going to be too worried about aggressive play out of Dark. Dark also not a player known to do all-in builds very often.
Yeah, much more rare. Dark likes to go for that Ling Bane Roach style, but he likes to do it into a safe mid-game, add mutas a lot later on, and play it from there. Much less likely to go for like any sort of Baneling Roach bust, especially against someone like Maru. Probably save that one for innovation.
Yeah. Well, spawning pool coming up here, obviously, after the hatchery at a reasonable time. Make him deal with those Reapers pretty easy. And you know, I feel like, what are your thoughts on this? I feel like the chances that we see mech here are less than 0. Like, I just can never imagine Maru on this map going mech. He's much better at bio in general.
I would say a negative 100%.
Okay. Now we're on the same page.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, if he's not going to mech against Innovation cross-spawn on Deadwing and TVT, he's definitely not going to mech here, right?
No. Maru is one of the least likely candidates to go for mech against Zerg for sure. Instead, he's going to be going for that multiple Reaper into Hellions. Just a little bit later, getting the second one lined up already. He's going directly towards Dark Space, and Dark did go for a very late gas. So the Reapers can stick around for quite some time. He's going to get a scout of this gas right now and know the kind of timing he has.
This is really cool. I like this a lot. And good micro from Dark so far. Oh! Try to block that drone from getting it to make the extractor.
Yeah.
1 health on that drone is the second more needed for that regen. If he had actually, you know, then 1 second later would have died. The second Reaper, of course, can arrive and do a little bit more harassment, but the Hellion follow-up is the issue. And the third base is really far away. I mean, it's not like an insane distance away, but spreading the creep over there is going to be quite difficult with Hellions and Reapers, you know, nearby.
Ooh.
Get away and get out.
Gotta be careful here. No sort of backdoor area for the Reapers to get into, so he's gonna have to like kind of trade with HP at the front with this Queen if he wants to try and make his way in. Maybe soften it up for when these Hellions come out, and then he can really start to poke.
Ooh, he's getting way ahead of himself up there. Oh, okay, there's a backdoor he can drop down. Forgot about that. So he's gonna get trapped.
Yeah, he's gonna be careful here. He doesn't want to lose these before the Hellions come out, so he does have some poking power there. Reapers help out a lot when doing damage.
You know what?
To
This
Queens.
Overlord's gonna escape, I think. A bit of a mistake by Mario was it was so focused on his Reapers that he messed that up.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of huge. He's gonna have to either lift a building, or I mean, I think it's actually worth it to get rid of that.
Well, looks like he's gonna fly his racks out, so he will get rid of it eventually. Great move there, but it's also gonna give away the fact that this racks is not getting anything soon, so no stim on the way. Everything else is a little bit delayed with it.
Yeah, this is a big mistake from Maru, actually. It's going to cost him. Oh my god, is he going to save it again? No.
That would be ridiculous.
No. He does get it eventually. 2 Overlords on the way, actually, to replace it. It was actually going to be a bit supply blocked by this.
Failed to queue up a second Hellion as well with his factory, so only 1 out so far. A little bit of a mistake there as well.
He was really focused on getting some harassment done with those Reapers, which unfortunately didn't really end up paying off for him.
Yeah, slightly delayed hatchery we do see for Dark as well. 6:30 hatch. Usually you'd see it around the 6-minute mark, but looks like he's really investing in just extra queens right now. I want to make sure he has everything he needs for any sort of early 2-base aggression, which is going to be the the Reaper, Hellion, Banshee sort of play.
Nice attempt here by Dark. Actually, he should be able to break through.
Really good
really
timing.
fresh. Look at that.
That is beautiful. That's going to give him so much time.
He's going to kill quite a few SCBs here and yeah, bring the Hellions home. Really well done. Very, very calculated. Like, I feel like every player except Innovation on SKT is like prepared to beat Maru.
Yeah, well, Innovation certainly did the damage he needed to as well, getting rid of their other 2 core players.
Yeah.
But here we go. Hellion's moving across the map with those Reapers.
5 of them, and a Banshee soon to join.
Great positioning with that Marine as well, going to deny any sort of extra scouting which is required. Only 3 Queens so far.
Yeah, I really like that he doesn't go Cloak here, because it's just simply not going to be useful.
No, certainly not.
Like, he's got the gas for other things, like getting his 1-1 upgrades out when that's the time. The stim he has here for now. Reaper going to scout over here, actually going to end up dying as well. But still going to die, but at least to live for a second longer. That's a bit unfortunate. He's actually going to use the Banshee for harassment rather than attacking the third base because he sees there's several queens over there. It's a very safe location for the time being.
Creep spread is also fantastic for Dark so far. 3 queens are going to get a lot done early on.
Yeah, I mean, even at 8:45 here, he's got really enough creep to just plant a fourth base. Obviously, it's way too soon for that, but I mean, the creep is there.
Yeah.
And he can see movement from Mars units at any time from such a great distance.
Nothing's going to really surprise him at this point. Not with the Overlord spread and that creep spread. He's just going to sit up shop, try and drone up this third base while remaining safe against just about anything. Doesn't have like the perfect scout off, so there's still a lot of danger here. Got to be wary of Hellbats on the loose. So it is a bit late for Hellbats at this point. Because of that Baneling Nest and Lings on the map, so he can spawn Banelings if he has to at any point.
The upgrade advantage for Dark is really nice. I mean, it's not going to be for very long, but it will be for a brief period, and it means he can possibly get 2-2 first as well, which just being even with the upgrades is important, and if you're ahead, it's pretty much going to guarantee that that's your worst case scenario.
Look at that, fourth base down, and the creep way past it already. That's beautiful sort of positioning. But look at the third base from Maru. It's like right on the doorstep.
Yeah.
It's going to be the point of contention. It's going to be the place where the parade push comes from as well. Very close by. So Dark's going to be really on top of his defense if he wants to keep it alive.
That creep spread is insane. Maru never really even attempted to pressure that or stop it.
No, he's going to have to get his bio out soon. Maybe when Stim is finished in 1-1 to start to push it back. He cannot let it get out of control, though it is already getting way too far on the map.
I mean, every engagement he's going to take near that fourth base is going to be on creep at this rate.
The creep's going to be at his third base.
Yeah. He's like not going to be able to make a wall to help defend it.
And look at this. So
huge aggression with Baneling speed.
1-1 about to finish. 25 Banes.
Oh wow, this is actually so crazy. Now he's gonna have 28 Banelings.
Oh,
they're ready,
man.
and a ton of Lings here with 1-1 first before Maru.
Maru is not home to do this either. He's got a double drop going towards the third base.
Queens lead the charge here, and here come the Banes. And actually, the wall is down. And meanwhile, a few Banelings are going to engage this on Maru, has to lift and pull back.
No.
And look at this natural, so exposed.
Completely.
They're pulled. Very good splitting, but you can only run away so far. And look at this, Queens are hitting the third base. The main, actually, the wall is not up.
Only a few Lings in the main base.
Oh,
he can't
SCVs!
clean this up.
Oh my god, 36 SCVs!
Everything was okay until those Banelings hit the SCVs. Maru just doing too many things at once to stay on top of them.
The CC is going to go down to Queens for red. 100 supply to 52. And,
there is nothing left for Maru
the
to do.
Banelings are morphing in the main base and doesn't see them.
So many Lings rallied towards this natural as well. There's no way these Marines can hold on. There's not enough of them. There's only about 10 of them with this. 48 SCVs.
He's even in army supply, but with all this creep spread, he'll never be able to get anything done with this army enough to turn this game around.
There's enough Lings to deal with this Marines alone. He's going to be forced to lift them up, maybe try and do damage in the main base, but he's still reeling from the damage at home. All the Lings have gone at this point, but I don't see any way Maru can kind of counteract that kind of damage with this drop.
Look at Dark's gas. He can just keep making Banelings. And he's going to be able to clean this up. Also, I want to point out that we talked about this before. With the 2-2 upgrades for Dark nearly halfway done, Maru has not started his. This is one of the things I was talking about. Now this has become an even bigger issue, considering the position that this game has taken us here with Dark. Having this fourth base secure. Notice his creep spread. GG just gives up.
Wow.
Maru is dead. He's gone, and Dark has slain him. A great choice by the SKT coaching staff, and that may be the demise of Jin Air.
That might very well be. Well, things could not be worse now. It is going to be on Echo, the last map. And who do they send out now is what I want to know. Are they going to send out Cure? He might be the choice. He is great at TVZ. I think that might be the only choice left.
He's struggling to put the watch on for the ceremony. Dream's like, that's all right.
Like, whatever, dude. It's a lame ceremony anyway. We're going to have to find out exactly why they're doing that as well.
It must be a sponsor thing. Maybe they're sponsored by like Fitbit or
maybe.
Whatever that company that makes that is. I don't really know. I'm a bad plugger here. I'm sorry.
They
May actually be an SK product.
It could be. Maybe it's the... I don't know.
SK in Korea has teased a lot in advertisement that they're going to be moving towards actually making physical products, hardware. So maybe they already do make some things. So Could be one of their first things they're venturing into, but Maru is dead, Moonglade. He's gone.
He's gone. He died to what we expected he might die to, a good Zerg player. His weakest matchup by far. If he had any TVPs left over, I'd say he would have all killed, but
he had to play every matchup as well. A TVT, a TVP, and then a TVZ.
Yeah.
All right, Jin team trying to keep their composure here. Saw Pig Baby, a shot of him for just a moment. I don't believe he'd be the choice here, but he has all-in and killed Zergs before in Pro League, especially in the 2013 hybrid season, but
only a couple of years ago. We'll soon find out though. Echo, the map, keep in mind.
All right. Dark looking very ready to challenge any opponent. I think he's probably been told by now who it is. As when you submit that player, it's given to the other team immediately as well, even though it's not shown on camera. So, Maru looks defeated here, looks frustrated, but some people would say, well, he did his job, but as Maru, I feel like he did not do enough.
His job is to ult kill. That's pretty much it. Ult kill will get 3 kills and leave it down to that one last game of chance, but in this kind of situation, just one game short of enough.